And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, today we're going to take a look at an older game called Take It to the Limit from Burley Games. This is one that I still have in my collection because it fits a niche that many other games don't, and I thought I would show it to you guys in a video because if you ever do come across it on eBay or another place to pick it up, it's certainly one worth trying out. Let's take a look at how the game plays and we'll be right back. In this game, each player gets a board of their color, and so you have purple or yellow, look how bright these colors are, and red and blue. And then you're also going to get a whole pile of tiles in your color. So you'll put all these tiles, and you'll put them face up. One player will actually put his tiles face down. The rest of the players will take them face up. Then that player will pull out one of his tiles, the one who has them face down, so he says, okay, 9, 8, 7. So you can kind of sort them out so that you can see which ones are where, and so it's pretty easy for me to quick say, okay, there's my 9, 8, 7. I must then take that 9, 8, and 7, and I must place it over on my board. So I come over here, and I say, where's the best place to put 9, 8, 7? Once 9, 8, 7 is on my board, it's there forever. Now I can place it in my scrapyard if I so choose. I have the ability to put tiles there, but once my scrapyard's full, I have to put the rest of them here on the Nexus board. So as time goes by, I will place all the tiles on my board, as they are called by the person who pulls them. Everyone is placing their tiles at the same time, but everyone's placing them probably in different ways. Now that's not all the tiles. You can see there's a lot of tiles that were not used yet, but the boards are all full now, and so we're going to score. Now the first thing we'll look at is the main board, and here it's pretty easy to score. You're going to start with all the rows that go down, and then all the ones that go diagonal this way, and all the ones that go diagonal this way. And for each complete row, you will score points equal to the number of tiles in that row times the number of the row. For example, you can see this orange line here. So I have 8, 8, 8, 8, so they all match, and so that would be 32 points for that row. Don't match for this, 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 don't match for this. Hopefully in a real game I would do better than this. Don't match for this. Here I have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 30 points for that row. Nothing, 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 nothing. Almost had this one. 2, 2, 2. And then mess it up. Then rows going down, nothing, nothing. 12s all the way up till I got to a 9. 4s, no. 12s all the way down, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be 6 times 12, so 72 points. Here I have 9s all the way down, so 9 times 5 is 45. Here I have 4s all the way down, so 4 times 4 is 16. I got caught up putting those rows together and kind of ignored the other ones. Probably should not have done that. There's also bonus tiles on the board. You'll notice that there's 40s and 80s. When you look at these, you will get those bonus points if all 3 rows match up. And this one, unfortunately, while I got the red and I got the blue, didn't get the other one. When I get 2 out of the 3, I'll get half. So that would be 40 points. That's not so bad. But when I look at my other ones, they haven't done so well. And then you're going to get points for the longest row that you have of sun and or moon tiles. And I can see here that I have 4 sun tiles in a row. You see the little sun symbols on them. Oh, there's a 5 moon tiles. So I will get points for that. But then we go over here to the scrapyard. So now you're going to score your scrapyard completely differently. So let's say here in this scrapyard, I have a row of 3 12s, so that's 36. I have a row of 2 greens, so that's another 14, so that brings me up to 50. And that looks like all the points I'm going to get from this. Now, I need it to get 60 points in my scrapyard. If you don't get 60 points, at least, then you will subtract 60 points from your score over here, which is a bummer because I didn't have that high of a score completely. So, again, the way you'll find your score in this game is you're going to add all the rows, add any bonus tiles that you might have gotten as the game goes by, and then you subtract your scrapyard penalty if you happen to have one, in which case I do. Whoever has the highest score is the winner. Now you can play an alternate game on the other side. There's called the orchid board. If you do this, you only play with either all the suns or all the moon tiles. And then there's a few other rules because you're making rows around these orchids here and such. It's a little bit different, but it has a similar feel. I actually prefer to play simply on the main board. So there you have Take It to the Limit, which is essentially kind of a complicated bingo, in a sense where someone's pulling a tile and you have to sit there with that tile. Now at the beginning of the game, the board's wide open. You will definitely finish rows because as you pull the tiles, you can say, I'm going to finish this red row or this orange row. I'm going to match these tiles. You'll definitely get one. You'll probably get 2, 3, 4 rows. But then it's matching them all up perfectly. I don't think it's possible to get every single row completely matched up by random chance. Give me all the tiles, we can spend time figuring that out. So you're trying to do your best. It's very easy to get 60 points in the scrapyard, so you can avoid that negative bonus, but by doing so, you're often giving up really good tiles that you could put on the main board. You can put the bonus tiles in the scrapyard. That's an easy way to go over 60, but when those bonus tiles comes up, do you put all your effort into completing those bonus tiles? Because they usually have a row in there that's small points. I mean, why should I accomplish the one row? 1 times 6 tiles is 6 points. 6 times 12 is 72 points. So there's a lot of thought that goes into the game, and I like the fact that everybody's working with the same tiles. I mean, essentially, you can play this solo. You can pull the tile from a bag and just put stuff out on your board. So it's essentially a solo game that multiple people are playing, but I find it one that's very entertaining in that regard. I like calling the numbers out and everybody puts them on. I like the very puzzly nature of this. I'm a fan of this style game, and I really think this one does it the best. This is a game that was based on Take It Easy. Then this was the bigger and broader game, and the box is a little bigger probably than I would want. It's harder to fit on shelves these days, but it is a game that I enjoy a lot. I foresee it being in my collection for a while. From Peter Burley, Take It to the Limit.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Hey, Tom, we got to shut that door.